In terms of the early access to super, the ATO, the Australian Tax Office, has approved 456,000 applications, totalling $3.8 billion. Those applications are now with the superannuation funds for their payment over the next 5 days. The average withdrawal is around $8,000. And just to remind you that you can access up to $10,000 from your super this financial year and up to another $10,000 next financial year. The ATO has also paid out $3 billion to 177,000 businesses, employing 2.1 million Australians as part of our cash flow boost measure, which was a measure designed to support businesses, keep people employed, meet their fixed costs by linking those payments up to $100,000 and a minimum $20,000 to those payrolls. Importantly, the ATO, who have done an outstanding job, as the Prime Minister has said, they've brought extra resource to this challenge, done an outstanding job in processing so many claims so quickly, have paid out that support to the businesses ahead of what they thought would be the start date on the 28th of April, so they're ahead of schedule. In terms of the $750 cash payments, which are going to pensioners, to carers, to people on the disability support pension, on family tax benefits, those payments have now gone to 6.8 million people, totalling $5.1 billion. In terms of the JobKeeper payments, as you know, more than 900,000 Australian businesses have registered their interest in accessing the JobKeeper payment. The formal applications have been open for 3 days. Already, 275,000 businesses have filled in those formal applications for the JobKeeper payment, around a half of whom are sole traders. The others are obviously incorporated businesses, partnerships, trusts, not-for-profit organisations. They cover a whole range of sectors: technical, scientific, financial services, construction, retail, accommodation and the like. As the Prime Minister said, we're very conscious of the fact that the banks are playing a vitally important role in bridging the finance that these businesses need to pay their staff ahead of receiving the first payment in the first week of May. Now, it was an integrity measure as part of this system that businesses had to pay their staff before receiving their first payment. Today, I held a telephone hookup with the 4 bank CEOs and the Tax Commissioner, Chris Jordan. It was a very productive discussion, and we emphasised the need for the banks to provide the support to those businesses. They have agreed to set up, each of these 4 major banks, a dedicated hotline for their customers to call to receive the bridging finance necessary to pay their staff ahead of receiving that money under the JobKeeper program. Importantly, they have also agreed to expedite the processing of all those applications to the front of the queue. So our message today is, if you are a business or a not-for-profit operation that is eligible for the JobKeeper payment, as required, you need to pay your staff ahead of receiving the money from the tax office. Go to your bank, ring their hotline, ask for that support, and that support will be forthcoming. As the Prime Minister said, the businesses, the banks, they know their customers, and they want to work with their customers as we want to work with the Australian businesses to ensure that they get their payments under the JobKeeper program.